Hello everyone. In this video we'll be looking at a visual of a two-dimensional array using the Array Visualizer, which is a tool that can be installed on Visual Studio 2015. I'm currently running Visual Studio 2015 because only 2015 and prior versions have this extension called Array Visualizer that gives you a great visual representation of any array that you create in your program. So to get the extension, you go to Tools and you click on Extensions and Updates. And I've already got the Array Visualizer installed, so just do a search over here and what you get is this nice looking extension that you need to install. So I've already got it installed. That's why I've got the uninstall being available for me, but for you it should be installed. Make sure that's also enabled so that you can actually use that. And I'll show you how this works. So once you've got this installed and enabled, you might have to restart the program. So once you do, we want to write a program that actually creates an array. So this is the same program that we wrote in C#16. So you can always refer to that video for the exact code. And then what we did was we've actually just pretty much displayed it. So I'll show you how this works without any visual. Basically on the console, this is how the program works. We created a 2D array indicated by the comma, one to specify the number of rows and one to specify the number of columns. And after we've done that, in row 1, we've got the values 1.1, 2.1, and 2.3. That's in our first row. And each row has 3 columns. So we can indicate the row number by the first digit. So this is a double, and that's the column number, which makes me want to redo this one. So 2.1, that's row 2, column 1, row 2, column 2, and row 3, column 3. Maybe that's better. Let's run it again. Okay, so basically that's our first row with 3 columns, and that's our second row with also 3 columns. So let's see what this looks like in the visualizer. Now what you want to do is set a breakpoint at the end of your program once you know for sure that the array has been initialized completely. So you just set a breakpoint by clicking on the gray area, and to remove it you click on it again. So that's a breakpoint, and then when you go to the debug option, choose to start debugging. So do not do the second one, so start debugging. And then you can actually see that it really, so that's the previous one. Give me a second. So you can actually see that it actually just showed up real quick and it stopped at that point waiting for you to give further options. So in debug mode, then what you do, you click on debug again, and then you go to Windows, and then from here you will go to Array Visualizer. Now the program already knows what arrays you've declared, so just click on that one and you get a nice visual of your array. So if you add more rows and more columns, you'll be able to see that, and we might actually do that. So let's add another row. Let's add 3 rows, and so what we want to do is add a 3rd row. So that now you can see the program is happy, it's not complaining anymore. So our 3rd row, we indicate that with 3 point something. So so think of this as the column, sorry, the row number, and this is the column number. So we are still in row 3, column, and we're just doing that for simplicity reason. Let's stop the debug and we'll do this all over again. Start debugging again, and then go to debug, go to Windows, Array Visualizer, click on your array, and now we can see a 3x3 visual of our array, which is really, really neat. Let's add another row. So now we make it 4 rows by 4 columns. Let's add another column. So our 4th column in our first row would be 3.4, indicating, sorry, 1. I made that mistake, so that should be 1. So we are in row 1, column 4, and in row 2, that should be 2.4. And this is just a naming convention we are doing to help us figure out where we're at. But in real life, you might want to, like, you most likely will put data that you need for your program. And we have a fourth row, and let's indicate that we are at fourth row, and let's stop the debugger and run again in debug mode. And let's go to our array visualizer to see what our array. Make sure you select your array and you get your beautifully looking 4x4, 4 rows and 4 rows, just checking the data, and each row has 1 column, so 4 columns in total. Okay, so I hope this helps you get a beautiful visual. I've always wanted to do this video, and I'm going to make more videos on what the 3D and 4D and other dimensions would look like. So please stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.